Today, take a look at the VEVOR motorcycle jack. Okay. So we got our instructions. We got our handle. It actually has spots for our fingers, so it's a nice grip on it. It has a slight bend right here, and we got a hole in the bottom for attaching it. Got our foot pedal. Has a bolt already installed, so we don't have to go look for that thing. And that has a very nice thick tread on it, so even if you got mud on your boots, you're still going to be able to use this. We got a couple of ratchet straps, so we can make sure we lock that motorcycle down so it's not going to slide off. So here is our bottle jack. They put foam everywhere, so we got everything nice and protected. We got a spot for our handle right there, and then we got a button for our release with this little pedal right here. So here is the meat and potatoes. So nice low profile. I like so they put it so that the caster mount is actually raised. That way you can still put the casters underneath it. You can roll this guy around, but it's not going to be lifting the entire thing up a couple inches. If you're working with a very low profile motorcycle, that's going to be important. So the first thing we're going to do is attach our mechanical stop. So this corner is going to brace against these pins right here, so that when we got this guy up, we're going to actually have a mechanical stop to hold this thing up so we don't have to rely on the hydraulics. And that is going to attach with these pins. Oh, it's nice. We're actually going to have a lever right here that we can grab onto that we can set this guy down with. And these nuts right here, these are nylon lock nuts, so we don't have to crank on these things. They will hold themselves in place. There you go. So still a little bit of slop in there. Cool. Now we can attach our piston. That's going to go onto this plate, and there are a couple of bolts already inserted. I like that we don't have to go hunting through a bag to find these things. I got them already where they got to be. So it's just a matter of lining up the holes and dropping it in with that pedal facing out. So this pin is going to be the shaft that our top rides on. So it is just going to sit inside this channel. There is a wing bolt right here, so I'm going to loosen that guy. That's going to clamp it in place. I'm going to drop this pedal in and put the bolt in. So it's going to keep the pedal from rotating left and right. And then we can pump this guy up. We can pump that pin in. Looks like it is a little tight. There we go. A little more. Okay. And then we can lock this bolt back down. Now I should be able to pump it up. When I'm ready to release, I will lift the mechanical stop and drop it. Very nice. And if I'm going to be lifting a motorcycle, just going to keep on pumping this until this mechanical stop hits the pin that I want for the height that I need. Okay, now I can drop it back down, and that is going to hold that in place, and it's not going to be relying on the hydraulic. So everything is built in this system. That is pretty awesome. So the last thing we got is this handle right here, and the main point of this is just to drop in there so that we got something that we can use to drag this guy around. Now there is a hole here, and there's a threaded hole here. I'm not really sure where the bolt is. I'm going to try to find that real quick. I did find it. That had just fallen out in the box. So it's just going to catch the threads on the outside, and then it will fall into the hole in that pipe. Doesn't need to be super tight, just needs to not fall out. So there we go. That is a really nice motorcycle jack. I just want to see what is the absolute max height that we can get with this guy being mechanically locked. And we are looking at about 14.5 inches. So not bad at all. And we got a minimum height of about 4.5 inches. So I did notice on the operator side, we got these D-rings right here. So if you want to, we could attach a rope so we could drag this guy around. We also have another handle right here on the front, so we can grab it and we can kind of pick it up. And we have these. So these appear to me to be stops. Now these do not have feet on the bottom. So you can see this is the bottom. This will be actually making contact with the floor. So you will be scraping up whatever you put underneath it. But in a pinch, if you need it, you can use this as kind of a brake or a chock. Now if you were really worried about what was underneath it, you could take something and put it underneath it so that it would be pressing onto that and then onto the floor. That's going to be up to you. It's just nice having that as an option built in. So this is what I'd be using it on. Here's a few pumps. We should be able to just slide it in there. Perfect. Now we can lift that guy up so I can adjust the height on those wheels or change them out. So that is a pretty sweet setup. Pretty cool.